So Ray, your former club Arsenal, they've got a pretty tasty London derby on Wednesday. How do you see that one going?
Well, it's always going to be a tough game for Arsenal. You know, it's a must-win game for them. The way the league's panning out now, Chelsea are going very well. Seem to have got their form back on track after Inter Milan. So you know, for me, it's a must-win for Arsenal. You know, it's going to be difficult. The only plus point is that obviously Tottenham played at Wembley the weekend, went into extra time against Portsmouth, so they might be a little bit more tired than Arsenal. Arsenal had the weekend off, so. But you know, I think it's at the end of the day, it's a North London derby. Anything can happen. Tottenham are having a very good season anyway. But for me, they have to win that game, Arsenal, if they want to keep challenging Chelsea.
What were those derbies? I mean, you had a fair few in your time at Arsenal. What were they like to play in, especially going to a place as hostile as White Hart Lane, being an Arsenal player? What was it like?
It was always tough. You expect that, and I'm sure Tottenham fans said it was tough coming to Highbury when we played there. You know, you expect that. It's your North London rivals. You know, to be fair, we've had a lot more success than Tottenham over the years, but Tottenham are now getting much better. They've got much better players now. Great manager Harry Redknapp. So it's going to be a tough game, but you know, it's always a few early tackles, and you know, if you don't see early tackles in a game, it's not a North London derby for me. So I'm expecting a few crunching tackles first 5-10 minutes, and the best team will win on a day. But it's always a tense occasion, and it's always a big reward if you can beat Tottenham at White Hart Lane. And I'm sure it's vice versa for Tottenham when they went to Highbury or the Emirates now. So, you know, it is a big game in the football calendar for North London.
Even if they do win it, do you reckon there's still a chance Arsenal can win the league this season, especially how Chelsea have, you know, suddenly stepped it up in recent weeks?
Yeah, they've played ever so well, Chelsea. They've really, you know, surprised a few people. I think after the Inter Milan game, they've got their group back together, Ancelotti's, and they've had some great results. But I think it gives them a chance still. I think they've still got a couple of hard away games, Chelsea, Liverpool away, Tottenham as well. So you never know. You know, at the moment, the way Chelsea are playing, it doesn't look like they're going to drop any more points. But football's been a real strange season across the board, really. You know, from bottom to the fourth place to the Championship. So you just have to keep believing that you can do it and worry about yourselves. If not come first, come second, which would be great for Arsenal. But you know, winning it this year, I think they're in a great position. I think they didn't expect to be in this position after losing to Chelsea and Manchester United at home. But you know, they'll still be going to the end, and Arsene Wenger won't let them, you know, relax. He'll keep pushing them to the end of the season.
How does his Arsenal team compare to the ones you used to play?
I think it's a really good side. You know, they've had a couple of injuries. I think Van Persie was a big blow for him early in the season. He was playing ever so well up front. He took the mantle off Adebayor. Adebayor done ever so well. Robin Van Persie's got his chance and done brilliant. So that was a bit of a shock for the Arsenal fans and obviously the manager. But other than that, I think they've had a decent season. Fabregas has been excellent. I know he's injured now, but he scored like 18, 19 goals. Alex Song has been an unsung hero for Arsenal in that central midfield role. No one thought he could play the whole season like he has. And the back four's been excellent. Vermaelen, who's come in, excellent season. Gallas is obviously injured now, but he had a decent side and had a good understanding with Vermaelen. So I think if they look back at the season, there's a couple of games they could have improved. Springs to mind is West Ham when they was 2-0 up at Upton Park, and they seem to get back into it. West Ham drew 2-2, and a couple of games like that. But you know, I think there's still a lot to play for Arsenal. I know they got beat in the Champions League, but the league is still there for them. I know Chelsea will have to slip up, but you know, they've just got to keep winning every single game now, and hopefully it'll be good enough.
You mentioned Van Persie. He could be back on the bench for the Spurs game. How important would his return be to Arsenal?
Oh, he's a massive boost. He's a big influence on the dressing room. Very experienced player for everybody now. You know, even the Dutch side will be delighted that he's back fit for the World Cup. And he's been a very important player for Arsenal early in the season before he got injured. So massive boost for the players and Robin Van Persie himself. So you know, that could be maybe the turning factor.